My dear students, today I am going to discuss elasticity of demand. As you know, I have already completed demand chapter. Is it clear? So, in the demand, we have already discussed or learned that how the directional changes takes place due to change in price. Is it clear? But in this chapter we will learn something more, because in the demand chapter only we learned about the direction in respect of price, but in this chapter we will learn about the magnitude. Magnitude means how much the quantity demand change due to change in price. So elasticity of demand is the actual measurement of changing in demand. So first of all, we will learn about the definition of elasticity of demand. So there are different kinds of elasticity of demand, such as income elastic demand, cross elastic demand, price elasticity of demand. But we will not discuss about the income and cross, because in our syllabus only that is the price elasticity of demand. Is it clear? So first of all, it is denoted by capital letter D and a capital letter E and a small letter d. So ED is equal to, here we will put the minus sign. So minus sign indicates the difference, the directional changes. So as we know that price increase and quantity demand decreases. Is it clear? So it is in the opposite direction. So due to opposite direction, we put here the negative sign. So ED is equal to minus percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. Clear? So this is the formula to measure the elasticity of demand. Okay? Now here on that basis simple definition will be, so in mathematics we know 4 by 5 is known as the ratio. Is it clear? So 4 by 5 is known as ratio. Like that, here it is in the form of ratio. So in a simple definition we can say that it is a ratio between percentage change in quantity demand due to change in price. But if we will go through the book, we will find another something changeable definition. So according to the book, what is the definition? Elasticity of demand means a degree of responsiveness change with reference to change in price. Change in price. So this is the bookish definition, but in a simple way we can say it is a ratio between percentage change in quantity demand and percentage change in price. Is it clear? Now come to the measurement of elasticity of demand. So that is the measurement of elasticity of demand. It can be measured first by percentage method. Second, total expenditure method. And third, that is the geometric method. Is it clear? So how we can measure the elasticity of demand? So first of all, I am going to discuss the percentage method. Is it clear? After that, we will go through the total expenditure method and the geometric method. So first, here we find that percentage method. As we know the formula, ED is equal to minus sign percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price. Is it clear? So percentage change in QD we can write percentage change in quantity demand is equal to change in demand divided by original demand into 100. So how we can derive the change in demand? So let initial demand is equal to Q, new demand is equal to Q1. So change in demand, that is denoted by delta, change in demand is equal to Q1 minus Q is equal to delta Q. Is it clear? So here we can write delta Q divided by original demand, that is the initial demand, that is Q into 100. This is the first equation. Okay. Now come to the percentage change in price like that. So percentage change in price is equal to change in price divided by original price into 100. Is it clear? So change in price, that is denoted by delta P. So original price or initial price, this is equal to P, new price is equal to P1. So change in price is equal to P1 minus P. So that is delta P. So we can write here, this is delta P by P into 100. That is the symbolic form, and this is 2. Is it clear? So we will put 1 and 2 in this formula. So what we have already calculated is equal to delta Q by Q into 100. Now division sign. Now percentage change in price, what we have calculated, delta P by P into 100. So 100 cancel, remaining what is delta Q by Q divided by delta P by P. So if we will cross multiplication apply, so delta Q by Q into P by delta P. So this is the formula of ET. Is it clear? Or we can write here delta Q by delta P into P by Q. So this is the measurement of price elasticity of demand with the help of percentage method. Is it clear? Thank you. Now that is the so second method is known as total expenditure method. Total expenditure method. Okay, so total expenditure method explains that how much total expenditure is done by the household or by the investors or private firms, so due to change in price. So it also helps to measure the elasticity of demand. Is it clear? So first we will prepare 4 columns. In the first column, that is the price. In the second column, that is the quantity. In the third column, total expenditure. And here that is the remarks. Is it clear? Now, if the price of any commodity, let rupees 10, and we are going to spend rupees, we are ready to buy suppose 10 units of the same quantity, and so the total expenditure, that is P into Q. So price into quantity is equal to total expenditure, that's why it is 100. Now the price falls. Is it clear? 10 to 8. And we are ready to buy 15 units. According to the law of demand, when the price falls, the quantity demand increases. So if we are ready to buy 15 units at rupees 8, so our total expenditure is 120. So what here you find? Here you find that as soon as the price falls, the quantity, don't discuss about the quantity. Here we will say the total expenditure increases from 100 to 20. Or when the price rises from 8 to 10, our total expenditure decreases from 120 to 100. So in this situation, we can say ED is greater than 1. Means elasticity of demand is greater than 1. Some of the students face here the problem. Let if the value of ED is equal to 1. So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? If the elasticity of demand, it is the value of ED, that is 1, it means the demand has changed up to 2%. So it indicates that even only 1% change in the price, the demand has changed up to 2%. If the price has fallen 1%, the demand has increased 2%. If the price has increased 1%, the demand has fallen 2%. So ED indicates that the percentage change in quantity demand and percentage change in price. Is it clear? So here it indicates that ED is greater than 1. So in what situation this happens? So it happens basically in case of normal goods. In case of normal goods or the luxurious goods, because slight fall in the price such as gold, a number of people are ready to buy or they are ready to buy, his expenditure increase in respect of previous expenditure. Okay, now in the second stage, if let the price of the commodity is here 10. Okay, we are ready to buy here, that is how much? Suppose 10 units, again our total expenditure is 100. Now the price falls, suppose 0.5, 10 to 5, and we are ready to have 20 units of the commodity. Now our total expenditure is again 100. So what it indicates? It indicates that either the price increase or decrease, our total expenditure is constant. It is constant. So we can say ED is equals to 1. Is it clear? So this situation basically we find in case of necessary or basic goods. Either here the price increase or decrease, our total expenditure will remain constant. Is it clear? Now come to the third. Here let the price of any commodity is 10. We are ready to buy 10 units. Our total expenditure is 100. Now the price falls up to 8. Okay, and we are ready to suppose 12 units. So what here we find? Our total expenditure does not increase, even it also falls. So what it indicates? It indicates that here ED is less than 1, and this situation occurs in case of inferior goods. Is it clear? So here we find that the price falls, our total expenditure also falls. Price rises, our total expenditure also rises, and it happens in case of inferior goods. And here we can take the example of black and white TV. This is a good example. Okay, we can say cellular phones also, that is an example. And here we can take the example of suppose gold or any precious metals. Is it clear? So in the next video we will see the how we can measure with the help of geometric method. Thank you.